It's just actually sick how disconnected this world has become, where other people feel like they need to explain why they feel their feelings, like, you know, being a human being doesn't just come with these feelings. And I just believe if we weren't so quick to respond and react to these horrible actions, things, thoughts, we could probably settle down a bit in our own emotional space, in our own mind, in our own consciousness, and really be able to see how to effectively handle the situation in a way that allows you to express your energy, but allows for the other person to change. Hey guys, what's up? It's Paige. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wow, it's felt like freaking light years since the last time I've said that and been sitting down for a normal video because life has been absolutely crazy. And honestly, that's what we're going to talk about today because I have some unpopular opinions, I think, about the world right now that might do people some justice. I don't know, everything that's been happening has really made me sit back and just reflect and think a lot, which I hope a lot of you guys have been doing as well, because there's a lot of things coming up, a lot of misinformation that is either coming up from, you know, the past that we've been told, or things that are new, that are surfacing, that are very surprising and very either misleading right away, or they're just, it's a lot to handle. So I just wanted to share my thoughts, but before we get started, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, of course, if you want to see more content like this, where I'm just gonna fucking rant. So here we go. So first unpopular opinion here is I really think we all should just shut the fuck up for a week or two, maybe even longer than that. The best way I can describe this is when you get into an argument with somebody or a fight with somebody, in a healthy situation, in a healthy conversation where you're discussing a disagreement, it is pretty healthy and normal, I think, to sit back and listen while another person talks about their struggle and their pain, especially if you put it on them. But literally in this world right now, I just see everybody defending their fucking ego and taking shit personally, when in reality, if you didn't take things personally, you wouldn't be defending your ego. And I'm not even talking about one situation here right now. I mean, literally, this is like a collective energy update because I'm seeing it in all areas, all communities, all types of people, you know, whether it's like big scheme or smaller scheme. Like, there is so much confusion right now because people are so emotional, which, I mean, cosmically, astrologically, we have a shitstorm right now in the stars. We are in the middle of eclipse season, so there's a ton of really hijacked emotional responses like taking the way right now. But that doesn't mean that you can't stop yourself. And that's what is really frustrating to me, I think, about this world, is that we are so stimulated, overstimulated by, you know, technology, lights, electricity. Literally, the world around us right now is so stimulating. So to have more things stimulate us, you know, it's even harder to step back than it was before. So the time in quarantine should have been a good time for people to really step back and focus on themselves and focus on creating inner peace. But honestly, I feel like a lot of people are resisting that and just keep fighting and keep mentally exhausting themselves by receiving all this new information, all this new data, even if it's misinformation, you know. They're taking it all in and it's confusing the fuck out of people and they don't know where they stand. They start feeling defensive and violated and confused because all of this other shit around them is throwing that energy around. And I'm by no means negating any of this real life stuff that's happening. Like, people are going through some very terrible things right now. I mean, trust me, if you've been on my channel enough, you know that I see a lot of wrongdoings that this world just, I probably should talk about. It's just crazy to me because people are so defensive right now. They're in such a shallow energy where they're taking in all this information that they're completely unable to give other people the benefit of the doubt. It feels like everybody is being, you know, horrible and manipulative and malicious towards you specifically on purpose. And I just genuinely don't think that is how the world works. I genuinely don't feel like people are as malicious as we always make them out to be. You know, that's my unpopular opinion, I guess, is I genuinely think that there are people that do negative things and do horrible fucking nasty things, but it's always in self-interest. It has nothing really to do with other people, because it always comes back to you and your own insecurities and your own lack of confidence in certain areas, in certain situations. And if people literally would just stop fucking projecting on other people and took responsibility and accountability, even if it feels like it's not your place to take it in that moment, I just feel like the world wouldn't be in as big of chaos as it is. And you know, maybe that's my Virgo Libra energy just flying out of me, but I genuinely think that we can talk about emotions, intense, deep emotions, without going at each other's necks and feeling like other people are always the problem. Yeah, other people fucking suck, they're hell, they make shit horrible sometimes, but ultimately, you know, it's 90-10, 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you deal with it and what you do with that energy. But if you keep projecting this pain, this malicious intent that you are viewing the world to have against you or against other people, that continues the fight, that continues to fuel the fire, when in reality, if you just took that step back, you created space, you create compassion in those moments for the human experience, and notice that even when you've done things that were innately wrong and you can own up to those, you know, things that you haven't completely chopped off from who you are and brushed them away into your unconscious mind, you know in your heart that there was a reason you did that, that was more rooted in wanting love and feeling like you were lacking love than it was, you know, to be a terrible person, plain and simple. And that is what is really frustrating me right now about what I'm seeing in this world, is how many people just truly want to believe that everybody or multiple people are just horrible, fucking terrible people. And you know what? That doesn't say that they don't do things that aren't, but that doesn't say that that is everything that they are capable of for the rest of their life. I just believe if we weren't so quick to respond and react to these horrible actions, things, thoughts, we could probably settle down a bit in our own emotional space, in our own mind, in our own consciousness, and really be able to see how to effectively handle the situation in a way that allows you to express your energy, but allows for the other person to change. And we think that we can't change other people, but it's not necessarily like you have to change other people. All you have to do is allow the space for them to change, for them to pick an alternative route. But if you constantly attack somebody when you feel like they've attacked you, that's where you start to get a disconnect. Nobody wants to listen to somebody when they're feeling attacked, as you know. And I hate to say, you know, be the bigger person, but being the bigger person does something in these situations. Like that photo I've talked about in other videos before, where it's those line of matches and somebody pulls that one match out of line, it stops the spread of the fire. And that's essentially what you do when you leave space in between these interactions, no matter how harmful or hurtful or painful they feel to you. Because believe it or not, that anger, that resentment, that guilt, that pain, that shame, those negative emotions, those can turn into something great if you allow them. And that's what space does. And when I say space, I mean like taking a break for yourself. This doesn't have anything to do with letting another person think that you're weak because you step back from a situation. It's knowing that you have so much more power when you allow for all of your powers to come together and integrate. Not just your emotional power, not just this intellectual domineering power that other people like to throw at us to, you know, negate emotions. No, it's the fusing of those two energies, of this emotional, passionate, enraged energy that's fucking chaotic and pissed off at injustice, to this energy that is, you know, a little domineering and a little, you know, bold but brave and courageous, but is not reacting fully from a place unconscious of its feelings. Like I said, it integrates the two, and thus that's where you start to get people to listen. People want to fucking feel this emotion, but they don't want to feel like the emotion's their fault, and ultimately it's not. And that's the thing that, you know, pisses people off. You know, when other people make us feel mad, we want to be like, you made us feel that way, when I mean they kind of did, but in reality, you know, there's a way to take things not personally. And I can only explain that through my own personal journey as someone who felt personally attacked by literally any slightest slight in the world. Like literally you could just give me a mean look and I'm like, wow, this person is out for me. I mean, that's a person I was. And because I followed this mindset that I'm sharing with you guys, I'm able to pull myself out of that and genuinely see people as human beings and not as roles of, you know, the antagonist, the protagonist, the villain, the martyr, the scapegoat. None of that shit. These aren't archetypes anymore. These are people who are all archetypes that are multifaceted beings that have every single personality, and at one given point I might be seeing one part of that personality, and same to them with me. So I don't know, there's a lot more of a wholesome view that we can start looking at things if we just allow ourselves to stop accepting things for face value, and to not only give ourselves but other people in the world the benefit of the doubt, because once again, people are not as malicious as we make them out to be. And I will always stand by that, because genuinely it's been proven to me time and time again with even the most cruel, hurtful people in my life. So I digress. I just needed to get that out there because I've been thinking about how to put this out here for so long without getting absolutely roasted, because I know people are pissed and I know that they have every right to be pissed, and I don't want to gaslight you and make you feel like you don't have a right to be pissed, because you do. But I just want to let you know that you can fuse that energy in a way that is going to be more noticed and probably more understood and respected if we come from a place that is understanding of our own emotional state, of our own needs, wants, and desires, and firmly rooting those in the idea that you are worthy because you are a person. That is it. That is plain and simple. And you don't have to explain your worthiness to anybody. It's just actually sick how disconnected this world has become, where other people feel like they need to explain why they feel their feelings. Like, you know, being a human being doesn't just come with these feelings. And the more that we can sympathize with the fact that people will just feel things sometimes, and if we allow them to have the space to feel those and to work through their emotions and us work through ours, there may be a little bit more peace and harmony that you can add to the bunch of chaos that's happening right now, because you provide that opportunity. You know, you decided that this is a heated combo, this is miscommunication, this is people not understanding each other's sides. And the only way that we will be able to understand each other's sides is if we fucking listen. So I digress. That is the end of this video. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with people if they need to fucking hear this, because honestly, I genuinely think everybody does. So yeah. And of course, check me out on all my other social medias. They are linked down below. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a later video. Bye for now.